So our family has been sick for almost the past 2 weeks. As you can tell, I probably haven't washed my hair in a couple days. I've taken a shower every day, but I haven't washed my hair in a couple days. And I thought to myself, let me make a video of what we do to help make the sickness process a little bit easier. Especially when it comes to we have 2 kids that when they get a temperature, they throw up. So we always have to be on guard for that. So here's some tips that we use, and hopefully it'll make your next round of sickness in your house a little bit easier for you.
First thing you want to do is find a common place in your home. And that's a place where there's always someone in that area, or even yourself, where you spend a lot of your time. And so this is where your child's going to hang out the whole day. This is where they're going to eat, sleep, drink, whatever. And you're just going to set it up. So what we do is we have these oversized throw blankets that we just cover the couch with, and we cover the floor to protect the couch and the floor. And yes, we have carpet, but this would also work great for any vinyl flooring or wood floors, tile floors that you have. It makes cleanup super easy. If they have an accident and they throw up on the couch or the floor, the material, the blanket absorbs the liquid, then you can take the blanket, pull it back, go ahead and throw it in the wash, throw another blanket on top just in case they have another accident, and you're set to go. So another important tip is making sure you keep them comfortable, but you don't want to overheat them. So make sure that you give them a sheet. You don't want to put a heavy blanket or a flannel blanket or anything that's going to make their temperature rise quickly. If they're still cold with the sheet, you can always double up the sheet, but you don't want them to get too hot.
Another thing we do is they have special cups for when they're sick, and these are color changing cups. So when you have ice water in it and it has a straw, make sure that it has a straw. You can get ones that are color changing or characters, whatever you want. And this will help encourage them to drink a sip of water every 10 to 15 minutes to keep them hydrated. Use a office basket or bathroom basket. I've seen people on videos, they use a shallow bowl or baking bowl. Do not use those. You're just going to make more of a mess for you, your child, your surroundings. You want something that has a good depth to it so it catches everything. You also don't use the little bags. I know they have bags that are made just for this. Majority of them have a scent to them. Nobody wants to smell something that already doesn't smell pleasant enough, but you're already nauseous, so you don't want to smell that. Plus, they're super thin, just like grocery bags. I know people use the plastic grocery store bags to reuse them, and I get that. But a lot of them have tiny holes, and they're very cheaply made, especially nowadays. You barely touch them and they rip. Don't do that. You're going to make more work for yourself. You're going to have more of a mess on your hands. Don't do that. Just use your regular kitchen bag. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit bigger. It's fine, but it's nice and thick. It won't rip. There's 3-4 times in a row, and then they're like, okay, I feel good. You're just going to pull this out, tie it, and then you want to have another one stashed here so you can automatically tie it again, get that ready just in case, 10 minutes later, they're like, oh, I don't feel very good again. So you have this available. And this will help you make cleanup so much easier for you and your family. So we have the blankets, the buckets. Now we have the thermometers. We have 2 of them. We always like to do, a head one. Just in case they're sleeping, we like to be able to just check them every so often while they're sleeping, just to see where their temperature is. We can notice if there's, an increase, and kind of keep an eye out for that. And then we have the ear one. When they're up, we'll do the ear one, and then we'll do the head one when they're sleeping, so it doesn't bother their sleep. Another thing is a notebook. This is extremely important and extremely helpful. Whether you have one child or you have several children, this is especially helpful when you have multiple children who are sick at the same time. What we do is we'll write their name. So I just made up a name, Jane, and then you put the date and you put the time. So Jane has a temperature of 101.3, but she's extremely uncomfortable. So we went ahead, per the bottle, we gave her 5 milliliters of Motrin. And then we just kept track of her temperature. And as you can see, as time goes on and the medicine starts to slowly wear off, her temperature begins to spike again. So once we hit that 6-hour mark, then we go ahead, put her temperature, and if she's uncomfortable, we went ahead and gave her some more Motrin. Now, another thing I would highly suggest is highlighting. Anytime you give your children any medicine of any kind, whether it's cough syrup, Motrin, Tylenol, whatever, always highlight it in yellow, okay? And this will help you. It brings your attention, like, okay, wait a minute, it hasn't been 6 hours. I can't give her Motrin, but it's been past 4, I can give her Tylenol. It really helps you to make sure that you're not accidentally giving them more than you should. So it really brings your attention, especially when it's like 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning. You're tired, you've been up with them all night. This will make it so much easier. This is also helpful for if you have to go to the pediatrician because they're not getting better, or if you have to go to the hospital because they're not getting better. You can pick this up, bring it with you, and you can show the doctor, look at this, is we've been keeping track, and they can see if there's any pattern. They can see how long they've been sick. So it's extremely helpful to the medical community to see what's been going on.